they're still human beings, and there has to be some sort of linear. Like if I'm a police officer, I am not going to Mayberry. I'm not going to Mayberry and police. I want someone from my community. So when they walk
Yep.
down the street and they see a young black man doing wrong or something going wrong, and then your partner who's not from here is trying to subdue him in a certain way that he shouldn't, you should be able to say, "Whoa, whoa, I know this young man.
Yeah.
I know this young lady. Relax. I'll handle the situation." And so when you have these people that are in these correctional officers in these jails, they're not from Jersey City or Newark or wherever you're from, and they're aggressive. They're over aggressive. To every one of them, they're in this jungle. So it's like fed or be eaten. So that's their mentality when they walk into these prisons, and when they walk out of these prisons, they go home with the same mentality. So I agree with you. How do we change it? We have to, change our legislators. We have to, or as far as when the mayor elections are concerned, when the councilman elections are concerned, when the government elections are concerned. But that's how we change it. But the foremost, we have to start by talking about having our own in our own community and our own facilities of where we live. Because you got these outsiders coming in, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about
Out of curiosity,
you,
I'm curious if somebody in the chat or somewhere, anywhere, can pull up the stats on any kind of crime or corrupt shit in Atlanta, because I'm pretty sure them niggas look like, the people that they're policing, protecting, you know what I mean? And it sounds good. Okay, when they say defunding the police, I think that means the restructure. I don't think that just means get rid of them niggas. I think it means like
that's what it's supposed to mean. Correct.
Okay.
It's supposed to be restructure, yes.
Yeah. And then, there's something that's called the civil service exam. And I agree with you, Mr. Travis, that we need to get them, Congress and officials, them bitch ass niggas, everybody in our city, everything like that. We need to change that. That needs to change. You know what I mean? You have that one black woman who just got into it with the one white woman. She said, child, something. So I see where you're coming from, because they don't understand. They might not understand our lingo.
That's a congresswoman, by the way, sir. Her name is Jasmine Crockett.
Jasmine Crockett, yeah, she was really looking out, trying to handle business, and the one white lady just going crazy, like. And then they wanted to, I don't know if y'all know, they wanted to take it off the transcript. They wanted to take it out of like the chick didn't say it.
Oh, really?
Hey, Travis, if I say let's take this outside, what does that mean to you?
And also I want to say it happened to Jasmine Crockett.
Let's talk.
And I want to say, with Jasmine Crockett, it happened to her twice. And people try to just sweep that under the rug. So it happened, and it also happened when a white woman, tried to say, "Let's take it outside," and took it to a whole nother ghetto.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And we as a community, we supposed to be back at that moment, whether we agree with her policies or not, right? Like we can talk about your policies later, what we agree, what we disagree with, but we're not going to allow you to just disrespect it. Tomorrow, you want to meet her outside when she's a representative. No, you cannot do that part. I don't care if I agree with Miss Jasmine Crockett or not at that moment. It don't matter if I agree with her politics at that moment. You are not going to disrespect. She got elected in there for a reason. You want to respect her as an elected official.
They said, "Oh, it's not a threat. They could go outside and have a beer, have some coffee." Come on, bro. We all tyranny. If I say
we all know it. Let's take it out.
Yes, come on.
So they don't understand. So she took it as a threat. Like, yo, what we talking about? We know. So if you're not from that community, I agree with you, Travis. You shouldn't be in there. But there's something called a civil service exam that you have to take, to actually become an officer. You know what I mean? And they control that too. So until you tear that down and shit like that. Go ahead.
And let me welcome in Tierney. Thank you for your patience, Tierney. Welcome into the show. What's your thoughts?
How you doing, sis? What's up?
Hey, what's up? First, I want to say Black Power. Okay. The caucus lady name is Marjorie Green. Yes, Jasmine Crockett is from Dallas. We really don't play down here. So look, my mom is a corporal. She's a corporal for the Tarrant County Sheriff Department. And over 25 years. And they just went through the same thing last year with the police officers killing an inmate. He went AWOL from the Army. And not that he was psycho, but that's the title that they put on him. Not from Fort Worth. Okay, we better than Dallas, okay? But and they stomped him to death. They did the same thing that they've been doing. I know you guys say that not all police are bad. But what do you guys think about those police that was sitting around watching them? They wasn't hitting them.
Just watching.
They just worse. They just worse.
Okay, and what y'all think immunity is going to do? This is the issue. This is the issue. And it's not like, oh, okay, you just don't like Caucasian people. Yo, I don't like what they represent. And they represent wicked power. I'm not talking about individually. I'm talking about as a whole. As a whole. They represent wicked power. Y'all beating this man. Look, when you're an officer, you're trained. You trained, Sharon. You got to go through tests. You got to go through all types of tests. At least you have to go at least 3. You even have to do the lie detector test. You have to take a test. So these people are trained. It's not like, I just lost my temper. Yeah, it's not like, I just got angry or he kicked me or she spit on me. They are trained to do this stuff. So, did they get let go or are they getting convicted?
They got indicted. So
right now they're being indicted.
Okay, so they're going to court.
Yeah, that
in front of their
mean
peers.
That doesn't even mean that they're not getting paid.
Right.
Gotta
talk about that part. Come on.
So
Come on.
Just real quick. So I looked up something, and I have a couple of some friends, and 2 of my friends are psychologists, and they've always talked about this with white correctional officers or police officers. And she always said they are psychologically dumbed down and psychologically bonded, meaning these type of men who do these things to inmates or even black inmates.
Shout out to my nigga MIT.
They are not even, when they go home, they're not the head of their household. They are not in control of their household. They don't have a voice. So when they go to work, they become King Kong. They become Godzilla. They become the master. They feel like at work, they have to show their presence. They have to get strong because when they go home, they gotta take that armor off because she's not playing that. I don't care. I don't give a fuck who she is.
Wait. You think these men are being belittled by their wife? So when they get home, when they get to work,
listen, they don't have a voice. Not be, but what I'm saying, they don't wear the pants in their household.
No.
Correct.
So when they have to go, and I'm telling you, when they have to, she was telling me this, and I was like, how do you go? She's like, there's been tests that shown most of these correctional officers or cops that come out and do this stuff to people are the ones that's mostly belittled, like you said, or don't have a voice in their household. So when they go to work, put it like this. We all have jobs. You ever go to work and you get your boss that's a little bit extra sometimes?
Hell yeah.
But then when you see them with their wife or their husband, they don't act like that.
Are we talking about? So
we talking about the psychology.
We're talking about the psychology
that
mindset
are
of
abusing the inmates. So the officers.
So when they get to work, they got to show their ass. They got to be the man. But when they go home, they put on their slippers.
So I feel like when they go home, you can't hit your wife, you get your ass whooped. I think that's common sense. And you're a police, it looks worse.
No, I'm not talking about hitting your wife. What I'm talking about is he's not the aggressor. He's not the aggressor. I'm not talking about hitting your wife. That's just stupid. I'm talking about like he can't make decisions. He's not the reason for the decisions. So he has to take it on the people at work.
Yeah, Travis, I'm not going to agree with that because we don't know how these people are at home. You know what I'm saying? A man ain't going to marry a woman that belittles him. I don't really see men putting themselves in marriages where your wife, bro, if you're in a marriage where your wife is belittling you,
where's Niders? Because he'll definitely tell you that white men don't have no power in their household.
If we're talking about Caucasian men, okay, because I'm only thinking black.
Not only Caucasian men, right? But the Caucasian man that decides to take their anger out on other individuals that cannot help by handcuffing a man, whether it's a black man or a white man, right? The men that do the abuse of power in these positions, those men usually are belittled at home. They do not have the power at home. So you got to remember, he is framing it very specific to the men that abuse their power of authority. So the police officers that's quick to pull out their weapon and use it on somebody and say, and they have to have the structure of, I told you to do this. Then I tell your ass to roll down your window. So I don't have to roll down, and they don't give a damn about your rights. We've seen it. We've seen people get pulled out of their cars for for a goddamn broken tail light. Acting like that's a criminal offense. It's not a criminal offense because the person got a tail light. So those people that have this certain mind frame to abuse their power, those same men, when they go through a psychiatric evaluation, they tend to see on a majority scale that those people also feel like they are belittled at home. Yeah, let me see if Saint microphone's working now. He was trying to get his microphone together. Go ahead, Saint.
Oh my God! You know what? I got to give a testimony just because what Travis said is so factual. When I worked at Macy's, when I worked at Hammer Made, which is clothing stores, right? The so-called white man can't even buy a shirt without his wife saying yes or no, even if it's his own money. Like it's so factual. What
you sound a little bit far from your microphone.
No, I turn up his mic because I can barely hear him.
Okay, I'm gonna get Sam. I'm gonna try to turn up.
You guys hear me now?
Oh yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, I had to agree with Travis because when I did work at Macy's and when I worked in clothing stores, the so-called white man can't even buy a shirt without his wife saying yes or no. And even if he wants the shirt and likes the shirt, she will still say no, pick a shirt that he don't want because she wants the shirt. And he'll say, my wife is the boss. So I had to agree with Travis. The so-called white man, something happened to him after the 1400s. He went from conquering the planet to he can't even buy his own shirt. I got to agree with that.
Y'all don't understand that if the
I love that. Can you say that one more time? I loved how that sounded. Say that one more time. He went from
so-called white man, what happened to you, bro? You conquered the whole planet and now you can't even buy a shirt without your wife saying yes or no.
That's okay, but hold on. If y'all are married, y'all not buying clothes without your wife's. Come on, bro. When my husband and I go to the mall, if I don't like it, nah, babe. Okay, I'm sorry. You're not about to walk around looking raggedy with me.
I done seen pilots, sister. I seen pilots.
No offense, but a bitch not about to tell me what to wear. No offense.
Sister, it's not a big
seen pilots.
Sister, don't y'all tell your wives?
Hold on, let's not break that yet. We still early in the show. Go ahead, say the Teddy want a rebuttal. Sister, go ahead.
I done seen pilots that make $200,000 a year bring back a tie and return it simply because the wife doesn't like it. Like I was at work, so I couldn't say what I wanted to say. I wanted to say, motherfucker, do you like the tie? Like, sir, what the hell is going on?
Hey, do you like the tie? Damn.
Go ahead, Teddy. What's your thoughts?
Nah, I'm sorry, but as a wife, don't y'all tell y'all women, nah, baby, you ain't walking out the house like that.
And something inappropriate, that's different.
Okay.
There's a difference between inappropriate and just telling me what to wear. Like just telling me what to wear. I don't like the blue tie. Wear the Hawaiian shirt. Attorney, you just missed what I just said. I can see it went in one ear and out the other.
No, I got you.
You got the difference?
I'm just being Gemini right now. I'm just combative. Okay, I'm just saying. But no, like I was saying, with these Caucasian men, if they're wicked, their wives are wicked. Please don't think that, you know what I'm saying, she's a good woman and he's just coming out bringing anger issues. They're both talking about Negroes together in the home. So ain't no difference. Like I stated, my mom has been up there for over 25 years. So I got a lot of insight on what goes on. These men, not just men, women too. The correction officer, women too. They are mean to people that come into jail. They treat everybody like they're murders. So, but they, like I stated, they have training. I watched this video, Sharon, before I came up here on your panel, and that was horrible. So you mean to tell me that after they beat this man, he died instantly? I'm asking, did he die instantly or did he go to the hospital and die?
No, he died while they was whooping their ass. They died while they were.
So the thing is, they beat him to the infirmary. So they whooped his ass first, and then while they took him to the infirmary, that's where the nurses come and do their thing. They was whooping his ass in there as well. And that's when you get to see them pick him up by his neck, and you can see that he's either knocked out or maybe possibly even passed away at this time already, right? He is lifeless. Like they are still, like literally they picked him up like a rag doll by his neck and moved him around, and you can see that his hands and he have no functioning. You see he's not functioning, right? And they kept on punching him in his head, punch him in his legs, punch him in his groin, and all the other people just watching just like that. That's how it was.
Boy, you got a daughter.
Yes, he has a daughter. Yeah.
Sharon, if I put myself on mute and turn my camera off, it's because my kids. Okay, I'm just letting you know.
No doubt. You good. We don't mind no children screaming and yelling. We know it's a holiday weekend. We know exactly. We know how it goes. It's all good. And that's the scariest part, that we gotta we got to start having these conversations on what is the reconstruction part of this situation, right? And I think we hit some very good points that we have to pay attention to our local people. Say, hey, listen here, local, whoever you are that's willing to listen to us, because there's so many levels of the local branch of government that you could attempt to get in contact with. And whichever one you could get a hold of, you got to have that conversation like, hey, what are we doing about this? And we got to get, we need to figure out a way to really establish a voters block and say, hey, this is one of the things that is our main concern. And this is me and my 1,000 votes. And we want you to attack this point today. Like, we might not agree on everything else, but this one thing we all agree on, and we got to get things that is for us one thing at a time. We cannot just destroy the whole system at once. We got to do one thing at a time. So we need to get our voting blocks. We need to start thinking in voter block type of mentality, because that's the only way we're going to get things done. Go ahead, Black. You want to go ahead, Black? I think you back now.
Oh, yeah. No, I was going to say that's why I think it's. I mean, I know the world is. We have we just had elections. I don't even want to think about the dude. We just people they put in on this seat. But I care about. This is why I always talk to my people about your local politics. You know what I mean? It has to work from within, and then from without. We can't, we have to start looking at the people that we're putting in these seats that are making these decisions and going out and voting, because, for them to do this, because they put people in these powerful positions that has no knowledge and no and no nutrition about what they talk about and who they put into these positions to be in power. So now, of course, you have to go all through these tests, but your buddy works for the correctional officer. He's the head of corrections. You going for correction, loose cannon, but you his boy, so he may look the other way. You may get get pulled in. You know what I mean? You got boys who's on the go. Hey, you took the police test? Yeah. What was your score? Was like 5th highest. Really? All right. Well, I'm gonna bump you up to 2nd. I'm gonna pull you. I'm gonna pull your sheet in, and I'm gonna get you on the police. It's always what you know. It's not who you. I mean, it's always who you know. What you know. So we have to start with working within our politicians and our legislators to come out there and vote and put the right people in seats. We cannot turn our back on them.
This is why we didn't want to vote for Trump, though. This is why a lot of us was like, we don't want to put him in office because we know what comes behind him. David Duke.
Well, I apologize, but as a black man, we had to pick between a bunch of homo shit and a racist. Me personally, I don't want a grown ass man wearing a dress, pissing in the same bathroom as my daughter. So when it comes to this war, I guess I have to deal. I've dealt with racist people my whole life. In high school, I went to a white high school my last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with a racist. You can't be racist towards me. You don't have more money than me. You're a bitch. You know what I mean? My dick is bigger. There's nothing you can do to me. You know what I'm saying? So
that's why they was punching him where they was punching him, because of what you just said.
Feel me, Sharon? There's as a man, there's no reason why you're punching another man in the dick, bro. That's my joke on the basketball court. If a nigga start dropping buckets on you, I yell out, "Hey, punch him in the dick." It's a joke, because we don't do that to one another. We know,
right? But the problem is that like yours is a joke, right? We understand that. However, the overarching problem is the men that's in these positions have a psychological problem, and they take in those stereotypes and they attack those stereotypes. So any black man, they put all the stereotypes in one bucket, and every black man that they come across, and whenever they can take their anger out, whatever the littlest minute thing, they're gonna do that to justify while whooping your ass and possibly taking your life, because we have the ability to take more pain threshold than everybody else in the world. This is why they have us at a different schedule when they goddamn put different kind of shots in us, and that's why we always get the shot first. That's why they test things on our community first. That's why we get sick first, and all these goddamn things, and the shit gotta stop. So the men that are psychologically wrong, we got to get them the hell up out of there. But at the same time, we need to set up a situation where we are policing it as well. Like, so if we have psychiatrists that literally say, hey, a lot of the men that's in these positions of authority have the same psychological problem especially when they Caucasian, we as the people need to get their asses up out of there because they putting our black men in danger. Even the go ahead, Turney.
And that's where defund the police came in.
Right, but
I'm
sorry. Go ahead.
You good? I don't.
Yeah, no, because I'm glad you said, because I think it was just mistaken when they said defund the police. Like, people didn't understand. They used the word defund to make it so in your face and polarizing, but that's not what the sentiment was when they used the term defund the police. It was just reform the police. Right. Go ahead, Tana. I want to bring up two people to the show. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Because when you start talking about taking away your money, then they're going to start getting their stuff right. I promise you.
No, that's exactly how you do it, Tierney. You hit it right on the head. That's the only way you can scare a white motherfucker. Threaten their job. The only time I've seen a white man act like a bitch is when another white man bitching them out or their job is on the line. That's the only time I've ever seen them act like a bitch or scared.
Damn. Exactly. And welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Supreme Goddess, PhD. How you doing? While she get her mic together. Good day, Koja. Oh, there she go. Good day to you, beautiful. And welcome to the show, Koja. Good to see you, Koja. How you doing? What is your thoughts?
Hey, good morning. Hey, everybody. I want to point out something, and it might be unpopular. Okay. See, he only worried about gay men because and not racist, because he only worried about his booty. He not worried about the community and the children and the women. But he's only worried about booty and his ego. F the kids and F the women that will be
about me?
Yes, that will be negatively impacted by racists. Just his booty, but these the protectors in the community.
She fucking retarded.
It is.
I literally started off.
Hold on.
She fucking retarded. Like most women, in one ear and out the other.
Hold on. Finish. Hold on. Let her get.
I literally started off talking about my daughter. This is in the bathroom.
Come on, man. Let's not break. Let's let her get a full thought out, and this way we can understand her thought. And don't look at it as just being attacked. She's attacking the overarching point.
No, she's
hold on, just listen for a second.
He's worried about his booty.
I understand. Just listen.
That's how black women try to emasculate black men right there.
Listen.
Why are you so triggered?
Listen for a second.
Because you're trying to emasculate me like I'm gay.
No, you emasculate yourself.
Please, just for a second.
I literally started off talking about my daughter.
But we saw what you ended with.
Let her finish her full statement. So this way we could understand the overarching point, and we could talk about the overarching point instead of looking at you just.
I gotta stop letting stupid ass people on y'all panels, bro.
Go ahead.
Because you can make laws keeping people out of bathrooms. You can do that, but there's lawlessness in racism and stuff. So you worried about them? You don't think they're gonna snatch your daughters up like they did in the past? You know, when they was raping them and making 12-year-olds have kids. So the laws, racism is lawless. You could control the bathroom stuff, but I get it.
Did you see the vice president?
I care what you said in the beginning. That's like that supervisory thing where the supervisor call you in and correct you, and they always say something nice before, like it's a text. Say, let me say something nice what this person does, and then get to the point. So I understand you may have started out nice, but what you ended is what you meant, and where your loyalty lies. Your loyalty lies to your booty and not to the community.
You're a fucking idiot.
All right,
really fucking
okay. So now, hold on. Okay, hold on.
Yes, she is. She's talking about my booty.
I'm gonna ask you to do me a favor. Talk to her point and not attack her.
Okay, to your point, I started off by saying I don't want grown men in dresses in the bathroom with my daughter. That's the only problem. My little brother gay. I have no problem with homos. I don't care, but I do have a problem with niggas.
And you using that language that communicates. You have no problem with gay people because the language you use is very respectful to them right now.
I don't give a fuck how you take it.
I don't care about your brother, but the overall message is you are really respectful of gay people and your brother right now. Because you're gonna talk to you're gonna address your brother who is not here on this panel in the same way that the way you're talking right now is how you would talk to your brother. You would be using the HOMO in front. Nah.
Him and his
Nah.
husband. Yes.
Maybe he was
Yes.
just triggered because his brother's that way, and maybe it was just a triggering thing.
My gay brother feels the exact same I
That's
do.
like saying
They
I
don't
got
want
black.
grown men in
That's like
bathrooms
a
with little girls.
white person saying I got black friends, so I can use the
The
N
shit is
word.
getting worse. It was getting worse.
Okay,
It's
hold
no
on.
different.
So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring you down when she's talking, so this way, and I'm gonna bring her down when you talking, so this way y'all can we can understand both parts of the argument. All right, so we can actually get an understanding. So what Koja is saying is that a lot of white racist human beings, they use that tactic as well, saying, hey, I have a black son-in-law daughter, I have a black god this, and I have a black grand this, or I have two black friends, and this is the same talking point that they use, and it's not. And so we could go ahead. I'm gonna let Koja build on that, and I'm gonna bring you right back, please. So we want to hear both sides of the argument. Go ahead, Koja.
I recognize the tactic very well, what he's doing, say, oh, because my brother is GAY, so I can use this word, this respectful word, and I can say this. No different, but, that's what he's doing. I mean, I'm sorry you're so triggered and you have to be yelling and stuff, but, go ahead. Worry about your booty, not your daughter booty.
Okay, so go ahead.
Now you're starting to cross the line. Don't put my fucking daughter in it, bro.
You the one brought your daughter in it.
Yeah, shut up,
I'm gonna bring you down, Koja, so can get his thought out. Go ahead. Please talk to the point as much as you can, please. Go ahead.
She's a fucking idiot. I have nothing else to say to her, bro. I have nothing to say.
You don't want to talk to the conversation.
No, I got you, Sharon. You heard what I said.
I'm asking you. You could. You don't.
No, we're talking. Yeah, no, I got you. Okay. But I'm just saying, you heard how I started my statement off, and that's not why I get to say that. I don't get to say whatever. I don't disrespect nobody. I say homo. You're a homosexual. That's what you are. Homo meaning same. You dumbass. I just say homo. I didn't say the F word. I don't say the FAG word. I don't call people that because that's offensive. I don't walk around trying to offend people. All I said was I don't want grown men in the bathroom with my daughter. That's all I said. That's my only issue. The things that are pushing. Hold on, Sean. The things that they're pushing on our children. I want that to stop. The program, the television, propaganda, all that. I want that. I'd rather deal with a racist than that shit. I'm not worried about my butt. You must not know me. I let a white girl lick my ass. I have no problem. You know what I'm saying? But that I'm not saying I have a little brother, so I get to. I have a little brother, so I get to say degrade homosexuals. I know I'm a very respectful individual.
Now we know where that energy comes from. First it's a tongue, then it's a finger, then it's a toy. I see the strong reaction you have. First is the tongue, first the finger, and you know what they say. You go to the white girls and then you go gay. So I love that for you. That's not why you have such a strong reaction.
God damn.
I understand it. It's okay. I understand. It's okay. Just leave your girlfriend or your wife toys alone, and you're gonna be okay. I love that for you.
That's a nice try, but that ain't got shit to do with shit. Anyways, back to the topic.
I did not expect that.
Okay, I have a question.
Sharon, if I could say something.
Was Robert Brooks was he in jail or prison?
I believe he was in jail getting transferred into prison.
Okay. And what was he in there for?
It's hard to find, but some people said that it was for first degree assault.
Right. Didn't he stab the mother of his child in the torso, in the neck, in the several other places too?
I have no idea if that's
okay. Well, I do. So that's what he did to get in there. Okay. And so, they took out the trash. What's the problem?
The problem is that he do have civil rights as well. So you should not be the judge. You got to let the law system handle that at that point.
Yeah, so he was convicted. He was convicted.
Okay, but he wasn't convicted to an ass whooping to death in jail.
Well, when you go into prison, you know that violence is a part of the landscape. And so if we want to be pacifists and shit, then we need to stay our asses out of prison, especially for violent offenses. Where's Brownsville? Because I know it. Where in the Bible it say if you live by
the sword,
you're gonna die by it.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Saint. I know you want to jump in and drop some things because I want to talk to what Piers even said as well. Go ahead, Saint.
I think that I could use.
Your microphone is messed up again.
Hear me a little bit better.
There you go.
I wanted to use my experience as a martial arts instructor in Leimert Park. You know, I would always talk to the young men about carrying themselves with class, staying out of trouble. So I think as Black men, we should definitely be very active in other younger Black men's lives. Number one, to keep them out of jail. And then number two, we do have to address the issue of 70% of all police in America being non-Hispanic white. So whether DEI is done away with or not, if we plan on staying in this land, and it is something that we have to address, even if we have to address it with the Supreme Court.
Okay.
This part was coming.
So he probably deserved that ass whooping, but it's about everybody else who's viewing it. Now the other cops that's viewing that, okay, now they might think it's okay to whoop some ass, and it just trickles downhill, PhD. Because if he really did what he said, hey man, whoop his ass, but you ain't got to delete it, man. Would you say he deleted that woman?
No, he didn't. She survived, but he tried to delete her.
Yeah, you just give him an ass whooping, but this whole, I'm just worried about everybody else watching. Feel me? That's the only thing I'm worried about.
I have a problem that Black men, y'all will engage in the wildest, most, whatever you big and bad enough and grown enough to do. But then when it comes to people, how people respond to y'all, then now we need to erect some rules and, don't do it too much, and just go to this line and then, that's the line. Don't cross it. Right.
Wait, hold on.
And the reason why we got to have that line is because this is in a court of law, right? So the officers, they have a line that they are not supposed to cross, literally, especially when a person is handcuffed. So yes, it has a line for you. You have a line, and I'm sorry to tell you, but the criminal doesn't have a line. It's just what it is. And you, as an officer, you have to work within the guidelines of what you signed up for.
Okay.
Overall,
they showing you they don't have no line either. And so the best course of action is to stay your ass up out of there.
The overall culture is that it doesn't just stop there. That extends to all law enforcement. They take it on the street. Cops, they go past that line. Just recently, a mother called the police. The police went into the house, bum rushed the boy, which they had no authority because it wasn't a crime committed to go into the house. As a result, a female police officer who was Black fell, hit her head on a brick, and went unresponsive. They was not talking about trauma hawking her. They went up there and concocted their lie, was finna put the mother in jail, said she had attacked them and all kinds of stuff. It doesn't stop at just that, and it will extend to people who aren't being resistant, people who aren't doing that. And that's what it is. I work in the police prison, and I done seen, you don't really want that to be the culture because it gets out of hand really fast.
Okay, there we go.
For someone that's been through domestic violence, and I've wanted my ex-husband to get his ass whooped, I would never wish death upon him because he's the father of my children. That's a line that's, being crossed as well. Yes, relationship-wise, personally, I want somebody to slap the shit out of you. But I cannot wish that my children didn't have a father. That's why those police are trained to do their jobs the correct way, because, it's just not right. You're not God. You can't take somebody's life away. That's not your position. Your position is just to do the right thing, not fight evil with evil.
When we talk about, can I say something? Sorry.
And bro, it's so pointless to try to put money up against me. You're a cop, bro. Just stop. Jesus Christ. Go ahead, drop me.
Taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see it.
Sorry about that. I was just saying.
Hold on 1 second.
I understand both. I understand both sides. You know what I mean? Because I do have police officers and correctional officers in my family, and I hear what they go through. Don't know the other side of the prison. So, they tell me this. Their number one thing is make it back home safely to your family. You know what I mean? And by any means necessary. Now, I'm not saying that all officers are, murderers or they're all bad, but that's their number one sense when they walk inside of a prison. Because I had one officer, a good friend of mine, like a nephew, didn't even know. He went up to the tier, About to take somebody to the infirmary. Dude went crazy. He didn't even see it. Dude had some really, really hot water and threw it on his chest. Burnt him 3rd degree before it didn't get on his face. You know what I mean? Those are the type of things that, they have to deal with. Now, when we're talking about, we're talking about homicide, or we're talking about beating someone, or we're talking about, that's a different story. If a prisoner is subdued, he's and you've taken it to the extreme, then you have no moral conscience about yourself.
Right, but see, that woman was smaller than him, right? And he took it all the way to the extreme of stabbing her in the neck, the torso, the head, everywhere else. He has no moral conscience about himself.
No, he didn't.
Like attracts like. Like attracts like.
And then therapy. Get him some help.
All right. Also, hold on, Jay. Hold on. So Jay trying to get in there as well. That's because he left earlier. He was here earlier. Maybe now he has something because he was saying something. Anyway, go ahead, Big J.
Yeah, but then there is the thing.
Slap the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see it.
Right.
Thank you to whoever did that.
They said not today, Big J. Bye.
I love it.
So
I can't stand when these bitches call me a fucking mammy. Bitch, learn what a fucking mammy is before you go on my motherfucking ass. If I said a person needs some help, give them some help. Sorry, but I follow Jesus. I don't follow man. Ain't nothing wrong with giving someone help. You don't know what people been through. You don't know what nobody been through to say just kill them. Because I got kids. Sometimes my kids done been through some shit. I'd be damned if one of y'all motherfuckers killed my kid when all they need is some motherfucking therapy. So your mama
get it. As a mother, it's your job to get it.
About. Yeah, but people are constantly growing. Nobody is changed overnight unless you give your soul over to the Holy Spirit. And none of y'all niggas is doing that. So, like I said, instead of killing people, get them the proper help.
We see countless Black men go into prison for some type of violent offense, only to come out and delete some woman, right? Okay, they solved the problem. And look at it this way. So not only did they take the trash out, right? So they were those were they correction officers or police officers that beat them to death? Okay, so those correction officers, I'm pretty sure that wasn't the first time they had done that, right? But because the man died, the situation has become what it is. Now they've been indicted, correct? Yeah. And so you got a 2-for-1. They took out the trash and took out the trash correction officers. So now they finna have to fight for their freedom, right? So you got a 2-for-1.
Wow, that's
okay. The mother. Can I say the mother?
Hold on, everybody. Let's not break down yet. That's an interesting.
Okay.
Hold on. So that's an interesting point of view to look at it. Maybe we should dive into that, as it is a 2-for-1. Welcome to the show, Venus. Koja wanted to jump in as well. So we go Venus, Koja, Tierney. Go ahead.
Good morning. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you well.
Hey, Venus.
Yeah, I'm with boo. I'm with Diva on this.
Wow.
Listen, I don't want to get too deep, but the reason Black people have been conquered is because they too fucking soft. And they the only people that's soft, and everybody knows it. I don't understand how anybody's up here outraged at somebody who was stabbing a woman all crazy because he didn't kill her. But what do you think what was the intention when you stabbing somebody in the neck? What you trying to do?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck are we talking about? So because you have a son, Tyranny, we supposed to somehow be empathetic about. I would say the same shit. If your son try to fucking kill a woman with a knife, nobody's feeling sorry. That's what it is.
I'm not asking you to feel sorry. I'm asking you don't play God. That's not your position. That's what I'm telling you.
So if your son tried to play God first by stabbing somebody in the fucking neck and trying to kill them, he just wasn't successful at it.
God,
we need to get him. We need to be so fucking forgiving for him. Absolutely not.
So no sin is greater than the other. So you stealing a bag of chips ain't no better than him going here doing something stupid. Do we supposed to delete? That's the mentality of these white cops. Delete the nigga because he did a criminal move. That's not thinking anything different.
Okay.
Listen, any man who stabs a woman and tries to kill her, I ain't having no sympathy, no outrage, ain't no police reform, ain't no nothing.
No
Sorry.
sympathies ass, sis. No sympathies ass. But murder is not our position. That's all I'm saying.
Yes,
Hey,
that is not our position either.
But the thing is this here is that it extends that type of mentality and action goes to the smallest things. And when that mother I was talking about, they were charging, the only thing that saved her was the body cams, and they was too dumb to turn them off. And they sitting up there constructing an argument to charge this woman with obstruction of justice with violence. If it wasn't for them body cams, she would have ended up in prison. And I implore people to go and look at some of these YouTube videos of these innocent people being framed up and how the only thing that got them off was the body cam. But those people can end up there also. And they do. Because
So
my
that's the
state got
issue
one
we
of
need to fight.
my state got one of the highest post conviction exoneration rates. That means innocent people that was convicted and got let out, and they are in there too. I'm not saying the overwhelming majority of them are that, but they will take that position with those people too. And you don't know how dumb some of these CEOs are. They literally went. I was at the unemployment office, and they came in there and say, "Who got a high school diploma and no criminal record?" And they took those people and they helped them cheat on the test to pass to be that. So you don't know how dumb some of them are.
How many women are in jail for going upside men's head? Delete them, right? Let's delete all these females that's all up in a man's face, want to slap him aside his head, want to pull out guns on him too. Y'all are being biased. Y'all being one-sided. If
Women's
you
prison
have
isn't
feelings
like
for
that.
one, don't have feelings for the other. Don't do that. Because a lot of y'all females be going above and beyond. Y'all do get these men
Women
in
prison
jail
is
after
like
y'all
that.
done did the most.
Okay, but
Come on
women's
now.
prison isn't the same as men's prison. It doesn't have the same level of violence, right?
Shit.
And so there is violence in there, but it ain't like the men's prison. Bitches ain't dropping dead. They ain't shanking each other 24/7. My
Some
sister
of
worked
them,
in a women's prison for
some of
years.
them women can be brutal
Some
too.
of them can, but I'm saying they're not displayed. Not everybody finna act fucking stupid, right? Nowhere do women display the same level of aggression and violence as men. And that translates into prison as well. So fuck, miss me
In
with that
in
bullshit.
Texas, we absolutely
Nigga,
do.
we
We don't
talking
play
about the
down here.
exception
Women go
rather than the
inside
rule.
men's
They'll
head
sit
just like
here
the
and try to
break it down,
major
yeah.
on the exceptions rather than talk about the
One
rule.
thing I recognize that
Nevertheless, okay, but I'm speaking now, so we let you finish.
one thing
These women are not enacting that type of violence. And now I do agree with Koja. The issue of innocent people being locked up, I think that's worth us fighting about, right? But that's not fighting for some convicted attempted murderer getting his ass whooped in prison. I'm sorry, that's not the same thing. So now if we want to make a big issue of that Florida mother who they tried to set up and we got the body cam, I say we rally behind that. We'll rally behind black men for any and everything. It's crazy. No,
but y'all don't take any
change
accountability
your
for these crazy ass women.
My mama always said
Women be setting
everybody
men
ain't
up
gonna
all
lie
the time.
on you.
PH, women
So
set
if
men up all the
everybody got a
time.
problem with your behavior, then that means you need to change your behavior.
Women set men
you
up all the
real
time.
hype today, PH. But
Absolutely biased.
you
Y'all being biased.
I guess I
Y'all
ain't been
being
on these
totally
panels right
biased.
here in a long time, so I ain't got that much energy for that today. But one thing I do recognize as working in the prison, I don't see not even 25% of what goes down in the dorms and what does. I get people months later coming in for real pain because they got beat up or jumped, then they never reported it because they don't report. So for me to think I have a complete view of the violence that takes place inside those cells is crazy. I don't think I probably see 25% of what goes down.
That's
as
true,
a professional working on the other
That
side.
could be said on
right,
both
but
sides
they have
then.
an
So then the
infirmary
men, there's a lot
there,
of crime
and
that
so
nobody knows
people,
about in
if
the
you're
man prison.
severe enough, you have to go to the
I am the nurse. That's why I'm telling you,
And
I
so
don't
if
see
you
it
think you don't see
because they
most of
don't
it, then that
report
means
it.
then it doesn't rise to the
That's what I'm
level for you
saying.
to
So
see it.
to think I
And so
have
that's what I'm saying, right? That's not the same type of violence. If you get shanked, bitch, you going to the infirmary.
no, they don't. I promise you.
Come
I
on.
promise you. I have had people who done got stabbed, not in places that are.
So the women are just as violent as the men. And so now, ladies, when we see the video footage of the COs beating the shit out of some handcuffed violent ass black woman, then let's make a big deal out of it. I'm not getting off my
but
my
black
dead
women
bullshit.
are violent
I'm
too.
not getting okay. So find that case and then I'll rally behind it. But I'm not getting off my dead bullshit.
I'm big enough to
Okay, well
admit
pick
that
one
I
and
don't
let's
see.
rally behind it. But this ain't finna be it.
Sharon, I
All
want to
right,
say
all right,
something.
all right. So, all right.
Can
So
I say
let's not let the conversation break all the way down. I think this is good dialogue that we should mind out. It's good. And I see Venus want to jump in, Tyranny want to jump in. We got Prism at 651. So let's go. Tyranny, 651, Venus, then Prism. So this way, everybody we can hear all types of different voices on the matter. So go ahead.
Okay, my uncle.
Just like the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see it.
Damn, they done got they done got her. It says, "Hey, dump that mammy bitch." God
Thank
damn.
you, whoever sent it.
So it's $20 to bring Tanny back. I know y'all got her back. She got a few. She's also double streaming. I did not know she was streaming with us. She got people over there as well. Shout out to everybody over there. Make sure y'all hitting her like button. Make sure y'all hitting her share button. Make sure you hitting her Cash App and her super chat. Let's keep building. So we're gonna go Venus 651 Real Prism.
Okay. So I agree with Koja and halfway with Tyranny on the fact that innocent people definitely, I appreciate the body cams and people do get jammed up, right? So I want to make sure I'm not conflating and being dismissive of that part, right? But what Tyranny is doing is conflating because that's not what this is. So when we start hearing, but the women, she's sounding like these dumbass men who be up here doing that shit. I don't understand why the fuck we talking about but the women when we talking about a man today. Like, I don't understand. The other thing is, this is the issue with black women. They want to be super apologists for the worst types of men in fucking creation. I can't, and then we wonder why we getting beat the fuck up, abused, mistreated, and everything else. Because you're the biggest cheerleader for it. Like, knock it off.
Okay. Go ahead, 651, then Real Prism.
Good morning. Good morning. I like to address some things. First of all, men prisons are 10 times more violent than women prisons. It's not even close. It's male prisons are way more violent. Also, there is a level of respect as a CO when you're working in prison or in the county jail. I worked at a MATS facility. Some of them guys were facing, some of them guys had life, and some of the crimes that they did was like 10 times worse than like the worst of the worst. But you still have to give them respect. I don't think torturing anyone is a level of respect. And plus, as a CO, you don't want to do that because at the end of the day, you in a unit with 80, 90 inmates, and they can beat your ass at any time because you can't beat everyone in there. So it is a level of respect when you, as a CO, when you're working in the county jail or in prison. I did both. So when I rewatched the film and I seen a couple things that, and we could always Monday morning quarterback on a situation like that. A couple things. He sounded like he looked like he was mental health. First off, he was handcuffed. He should have had a spit sock on, and they should have put him in a restraint chair. In that situation, when I was a supervisor in prison, I would have put situations like that. We put the spit sock on, we handcuff, shackle, throw his ass in put his ass in a restraint chair till he cools down. And then, what'd you say?
SHOS cell to cell by itself, where you can't do nothing to nobody.
What?
SHOS.
It's different language for different states.
Okay.
And sorry.
Oh yeah. Okay, so then we put him in. But what part? Well,
okay.
Go ahead. So, but anyway, we would have put him in a restraint chair, and we could keep them in a restraint chair until they calm down. If not, then the nurse can come in. It's a shot that they give them. We call it the juice shot. I don't know what it is. It put their ass to sleep. It like drug them down so they can calm down. So it's a couple of situations. Hitting someone in the nuts while they handcuffed behind their back, I think that's overkill. But again, we can Monday morning quarterback. Handcuffing somebody and beating their ass, I think that's overkill. No one should be, and I'm for the death penalty. And I believe some crimes, deserve, but at the end of the day, as a CO, you can't cross the line. You got to keep it professional. So I personally seen some things on that video like, yeah, that was kind of overkill. But he looked like he was on drugs or mental health. He should have been in a restraint chair. But and that's all I can say on that.
Well, they indicted those people, right? The COs.
Yeah, they indicted. Yeah, they got an uphill battle to climb. They can get charged.
It's just an indictment.
Yeah.
Go ahead, the real prism. We know indictments don't mean shit for real.
Yeah, but it's a stressful one.
Good morning, everybody. I really wanted to ask Tyranny a question because let me say this. Let me say this. I don't know the ins and outs. I've seen the video, it's very graphic.
It is.
I don't know why there's no sound to what happened. I want all the parts of it before I even make any type of conclusion on what I think. Okay. Number two, I just wanted to ask Tyranny about the Bible. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, it's kind of like,
please don't turn this into a
how do we
Bible
always?
conversation.
I'm sorry, I can't.
I'm with PhD on that.
No,
one.
I'm just saying, please don't turn this into a Bible conversation.
I'm not. I just don't understand why she turned it into a Bible conversation.
Because she's saying it's not your job to be deleting people. That's God's job. That's the only reason why she said that. Next.
We have a criminal justice system that was created. The law is for the lawless. That's who it's for. He was in jail for a violent crime. I'm trying to figure out, why are we talking about the Bible when we're talking about a violent offender?
Because they killed him. It's not your job to kill him.
Hold on.
I didn't kill him, so I wasn't there.
I didn't say you, smart guy.
So then tune down.
You asked a question, I answered it.
Okay, let her finish her point. Stop trying to attack just one point. Let her finish her full
about
thought.
deleting people or whether we're God or not. This is about a justice system issue. It has nothing to do with spirituality. And I'm tired of it always getting somehow conflated about some spirituality, like we're God, we're not, we can do this, we can do that and stuff. And the point of the matter is, why do we never want to talk about the femicide rates in Black communities and children? Why do we always want to talk about, no disrespect, I'm sorry for what happened to the man or whatever like that, but why is it that we... Because I went back and started listening to Sharon's panel on when Sandra Massey got murdered. And I didn't see the same type of vitriol for taking care of the mentally ill or the patients of this. I didn't hear Black men talk about none of that.
Talk about it.
I didn't hear none of that. I went back to go make sure before I popped up over here.
Okay.
I agree with what you said about talking about that. Can I say one thing?
Before that's a very good point. I want everybody to talk to that.
PhD, but look at
Can I? The guy who was speaking as the CEO, he's right. When somebody have on cuffs, you don't have to do nothing but sit back and let them flop like a fish until they tire themselves out. They are not hitting anyone. They are not at the point that they have on cuffs. It's supposed to be hands off. Let them do what they do until they tire themselves out, and then you come back to them.
Great point as well. And welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Jay Prince. Good day, sir. How you feeling?
I want to say this real quick. But I want to say shout out to the people that killed Sandra Bland and that Black woman with the pot. She was violent according to PhD. They took out the trash.
Damn.
So every woman that got murdered by the cops, they took out the trash.
Wow.
I'm Jay Prince for president of United Negro.
Oh, I thought you was leaving.
No, one more thing.
You leaving?
No, they drop Unc Man for disrespecting the woman, but Kojo was disrespecting him first. So is this just a feminine foundation panel? If that's the case, I don't think men should come over
When
here
did I
if it's
curse
just
that
gonna be
man?
feminine dominated.
you land in your feminine life.
I'm Jay
When
Prince,
did I curse that man out?
You didn't
gotta.
curse that man, but you
If you're gonna
definitely
leave,
emasculated me.
hold on. So like, you just came to just
He came to derail your conversation, and I will employ everyone up here to not get distracted and start arguing with him about his stupidity. We don't care.
Very fair. That is.
I think he had a good point, though.
That's very fair. And so now this, I understand the sentiments of since he is a criminal, he got I believe convicted for 12 years. However, we cannot allow these people to just kill people in jail as they wish when they see fit.
Facts.
Who is we?
us as black human beings, because it ain't gonna just happen to this violent man. I understand that this man was violent that day, or he's convicted of violence. However, they're not looking at us, oh, we just doing this to the worst of the worst. They looking at any black man, they'll do that too.
Look, it was some black woman who was deleted, you know, in the near past, you know, in the recent past, by some white folk. Wait a minute, it was a black woman who just got assaulted by a white security guard, and black men was cheering it, right? Saying, oh, well, she should. But when it's one of y'all, not even the lowliest, the ones who need to be pushing up daisies, right? To better the community. Even Umar said, in order to get this community right, we're going to have to dig a few ditches and fill them up. Y'all know what that means? That
we get to choose, not them.
Well, I choose. Thank you. They chose by proxy. They had my vote. They was using my proxy vote to choose.
So, but that's the thing. I can't. I don't know if I agree. I don't know them. I don't know the man.
I'm not somebody who
so I do get that.
I'm not gonna share no tears over. Sorry, it's not gonna happen.
But it's not about us sharing tears over him. It's about
I don't care, is what I'm saying.
It's not about if you care, but it's not about if you care now. Is the fact that somebody that's in jail that is possibly that's there for something
serving his punishment
different. He could just be serving his time, and he could get treated just like this man did for doing nothing. While he is handcuffed with his hands behind his back, no threat to nobody. And they whipped this man to death with 9 officers watching over it, punch him in his groin, punch him in his face, moving his lifeless body. So yes, it did happen to somebody that's possibly where you could argue that he deserved it. However, if we allow this to happen, it's going to move on into somebody that doesn't even deserve to be in prison as well.
Ladies, join my organization, Black Women for Blue Lives.
So
yeah, shout out. So that was Jay Prince's whole point. That was Jay Prince's whole point, though, right? When that lady with the hot water got popped, that was Jay Prince. That's why Jay Prince said that.
We don't care about Jay Prince's point, LL.
Okay, so fuck Jay Prince. Okay, so what about the lady got popped with the
no, because that's still Jay Prince's.
She got what she deserved, right?
Care.
Yeah,
nobody
got
cares.
What she deserved, right? PhD, you like to deflect. You're really good at deflecting. Tyranny just cooked you earlier. You couldn't
hold on.
Okay, that's fine.
Hold on. Let's keep it to the conversation, please. So again, so LL. So the problem is that you had to prove that lady that was supposedly, she didn't even throw anything, right? But that lady, you have to prove that she is violent and that she attacked somebody, right? So the thing that PH Diva and Venus is on agreement is that this man stabbed a woman with most likely to attempt to delete that woman.
And he was serving.
But they didn't know that. They didn't know that when they were hitting him.
It doesn't
have any of that information when they attacked him, which means they would have did that. Because when you go in somebody's cell, you don't know everybody or you get them out. So they did that without regard to what he did. That's my point.
Y'all don't know. He's been in there for years.
When they call you to a cell.
Years. You think those people don't know who he is?
No.
That was the first time they ever worked with him?
No, yeah, it could be because when you in the dorm, you don't know every. No, you're not working in the same dorm every day, and nobody has.
But we don't know if they knew him or not.
They call you to a cell. You may not even know the name of the person. You may just go in there to the cell.
None of them knew him is kind of crazy.
Yeah, the likelihood of them knowing what
the other. And see, this is how we know that a lot of times we just. Like this is some weird black male shit because we'll start constructing stories to try to make something the case, right? We don't.
What are you talking about?
Okay, hold on, everybody. Hold on, everybody. We are in disagreement. That is okay, but we still gotta let the other person get their full thought out. I gotta bring some people back up. Please, just let everybody get their full thought out, even on the disagreement side. Please.
Can I finish?
We have good conversation. It's moving very well, and it's a conversation that we absolutely have to mind out so we can actually decide on how we are going to defend us as black folks, right? So I just want to preface this way: the other side, they don't give a fuck if that's a criminal or not. That dude that killed that man cold-blooded in the street, that pharmacist, he wound up getting like 50 to almost 100,000, and for his support to fight a case, and he cold-blooded killed somebody. George Zimmerman, he killed somebody. They didn't care. So many times that the other races. Hold on. So the problem is that it doesn't matter if he was a criminal or not. What happened to him at that moment didn't have anything to do with whatever violent crimes he
Right.
did outside of jail. That is the issue that we're having. And those people, they need to be held accountable. I got somebody else I want to bring up. I want to coach you to finish up her thought. PA Diva want to rebuttal. I believe Venus and Tyranny want to jump in as well. So let's try to keep it as stable as it can. No ad libs. Let everybody do their thing. Go ahead, coach.
When they call you to a cell, all of the offers eventually start coming, but don't nobody always hear who they calling for. Sometimes it just may be a cell and you see the person. Nobody, once you go to work in prison, you for a while, you stop reading what people here for and there for, and people are moved around so often and this and that, you don't know. And the likelihood that they knew that what that man was convicted of before they went in that cell and before they did what they did is very low. Then you could say, oh, they do this and they do not. And maybe your prisons work different where you are. I'm not gonna say that, but that's not how that works. And they did that because they did that, not because of what he did or who, his crime.
I don't care. It's basically, I don't. That's the simplest way I can put it. I'm not even like going to expend.
So PhD, but you saying you would have put your knee in that motherfucker?
I love that
right?
for you. I love that for you.
So PhD, you would have got
you.
That's crazy.
I said we got to be at that. Like, just because we disagree doesn't mean we just jump in. Let everybody get their thought. Koja finished her thought, I believe. So now let Diva finish her thought as we keep on going. I know it's a tough conversation, but let's try to mind it out. Go ahead, Diva.
Yeah, I just think, look, we always choose. Why every black man that start some shit, then we got to come in as reinforcement. Look,
that's right.
I'm not doing it. I am not doing it.
Yes, you are.
I don't care.
You coming with us?
I'm not coming. And
Okay, can I?
I'm calling the cops and telling them where y'all meeting at, the rendezvous point, before y'all even get there. Cut it out.
Can I make this statement before somebody else?
Hold on.
I was next. Okay.
Yes, go ahead. It was Venus then Tyranny. Let's try to hold the frame. I believe Real Prison wanted to jump in as well. 651 wanted to jump in. I still got somebody to bring up. Go ahead, Venus then Tyranny.
I'll be quick. I just wanted to make this point because I think two things can be true. The police do not have the right to end somebody's life just because they fucking feel like it. I'm on board. I want to make sure I make that clear. I understand that. But my main point of contention was Tyranny specifically and this super apologist attitude she has about violent men, specifically towards women. So yeah, I just wanted to make that clarification. I'm not in support of police deleting people because they want to. I just don't feel sorry for them either. That's just that.
Okay. Yeah. No. And like I said, I've been a domestic violence victim. I am not saying feel sorry for someone that hurt someone else, but as a mother, I cannot be like, yeah, just take his life. Because when you raise kids, you realize these kids been fucking up since they came out the womb. They always doing stupid shit. People still learning as a man and as a woman. So every time they make a mistake that we don't agree with, what are we saying? Kill them? That's what they get? That's their problem? Really? We don't know what actually happened inside the household. Not saying take it, but we don't know what happened inside that household. That's really what I'm saying. Really, this was about police brutality. Police should not be able to say, well, they did something I don't like, even though the caucus been doing evil stuff since they've been over here. They should not have the authority
Okay,
to say.
so Tyranny, so you saying you in 100 support of getting justice for this man, even though he stabbed. Right. So this is the argument that people believe that you are saying, that you still want justice for somebody that attempted deletion on I believe a black woman as well. So this is where the conflations get. So maybe you need to clear that part of the answers where you could get to the overarching point.
I'm sick of white cops.
Slap the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try.
Damn.
Yeah, because she keep on saying I'm a mother.
Hold on. They said nope, not today, mammy.
Damn.
but also she trying to fight back. She said, take away from my time. So she put $5 on it. She said,
Not the
So
$5.
yeah, she said she put five. She said put 5 on it. She don't want to stay down the whole time. God damn it.
I got
And
5
also,
on it.
I'm a
also,
mother, so like
also
okay.
welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Brownsville, New York. Good day, sir. How you doing?
Yo, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. First and foremost, Cuzzo, let me take my shoes off before I walk into this room. Peace and love to the beautiful queen, the supreme goddess, PH diva. Peace and love to you.
Peace and
Peace
love.
and love to the other beautiful queen on a panel, the voice of Venus. Peace and love to you. Peace and love to the other beautiful queen on a panel, Koja. Peace and love to you. Peace and love to the other beautiful queen on the panel, the Red Prism. Peace and love to you.
Thank you, sir.
And peace and love to we need more tyranny in the back as well. And then peace and love to all the queens in the chat room, man. Anya Bracy, the SBG First Lady, Robin M, DB, Shiesty Bum, Bomb Cherry Juice, Rogue C, It's Me, Dr. G, Sexy Red TV, Conversations with MJ, Miss Jalen, Genesis, Zero Tolerance, Talking to Ken Folks, M Mills, Keisha G, Renee, Mel, Fantasy Island Girl, Raw G, all the queens, man, all the queens. I don't want to forget about none of the queens. Every time I hit this platform, I'm making my purpose to lift y'all up, give y'all flowers, and show these men, show these knuckleheads how they should be treating the ladies, the queens, and the women on the internet, man. And peace and love to the kings as well. Can't forget about the kings. Interesting topic, Cuzzo. First and foremost, rest in peace to Robert Brooks. My condolences will be sent out to his family and friends and loved ones who are mourning his loss or who have mourned his loss, probably still mourning his loss. The fact is, he didn't deserve to die because he wasn't sentenced to the death penalty, right? And when we look at the body cam footage, we understand that it was a lot of unreasonable force that was utilized against him, and which contributed to his death. So hopefully, and I'm praying that the people who are involved in his untimely death are prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, right? Because there's no room for people who lack self-control and self-discipline within the law enforcement community whatsoever. So we got to root those bad apples out and get some people that have the ability to make reasonable decisions and not escalate violent interactions. I think the greater conversation, Cuzzo, that we should have, though, is if you find yourself in a situation to where you're at the mercy of the New York State Department of Corrections or Department of Corrections in any state, you must understand that the 13th Amendment no longer applies to you, right? So you're considered a slave. You're considered a servant. You're at the mercy of people who do not believe that you have any rights. And these violent interactions from prisoner to prisoner or from CO to inmate and from inmate to CO, this is a daily occurrence. 651 can attest to it, right? Especially in upstate New York, there's a whole bunch of stories. If you look into Attica, right? Upstate New York, very, very, very violent institution. And a lot of people who did a lot of hard time will tell you a lot of stories that they were beaten almost to within an inch of their life. And a lot of people they know was also beaten within an inch of their life. So those are the kind of things that happen, and it happens a lot, right? And so we need to figure out how we can make it better. But ultimately, you can put yourself in a better situation to not end up in a situation to where you're around a lot of violence, right? We understand that Robert Brooks was a violent person himself, right? He stabbed a young lady or old lady. I'm not familiar totally with the case, but we know it was a violent crime that he committed. Therefore, you know, some people would say, well, you know, he got actually what he was dishing out. I disagree with that. I think that his punishment, he had the right to serve out his punishment that he was given, right? The time that he was given, he should have been able to serve that and walk out of prison with his life. But that didn't happen. And it's unfortunate. But the greater conversation should be, how do we prevent ourselves, especially our young Black men and women, how do we prevent ourselves from being in this situation to where we're subjected to someone else's decision making and someone else's right or wrong actions? So I think that's the greater conversation we need to have. That's the more productive conversation we need to have, is on preventing the young men and young women from being subjected to it. And I also want to say this to LL Unkman, right? Respectfully, sir, the reason why I dropped you is because you were disrespecting the young lady without warrant. Just because she disagreed with what you were saying, that didn't give you a right to just totally disrespect her, call her out of her name, and talk to her as egregious and crazy as you talk to her, right? I need y'all men to understand that you can engage in conversation respectfully, right? You can have your passion about it. You can passionately disagree, but have at least enough discipline and self-control to engage in a conversation with a certain amount of respect, the same respect that you would have when you're talking to your mother, the same respect that you would have when you're talking to your daughter, your sister, your cousins, so on and so forth. It's the same way we should be communicating on this internet. And I don't understand why y'all believe that it's fruitful for y'all to be so demonstrative and prove that you can dominate over a woman within a conversation. It does not make y'all look strong. It makes y'all look weak. And I need y'all to reevaluate that communication style, right? Because you can have a passionate feeling about your opinion, but you have to know how to articulate it properly so that your position is being illuminated in the way that you want your position to be illuminated, right? But when you're just attacking someone, calling them out of their names and so on and so forth,
let me know when I can respond, please.
It just makes it seem, my brother, and I'm landing it right here, it just makes it seem like there's something wrong with you, that you have some sort of arrested development that you haven't dealt with. And that's what you need to kind of recalibrate. Peace and love.
I mean, don't leave now, but clearly you didn't hear how.
Don't provoke me to anger, or else you be in danger.
Hey, shout out to Tanner. She said, hold on. She put the extra hold on. She put the extra 15 on it. She said, hey, bring me back, goddammit.
Yeah, my husband's money is long, so keep playing with me. Okay, husband money's real long.
I'm sure he doesn't want to spend it on this stupid shit. But.
Okay, yeah, well, I'm spending it. I have control over the money. That's what wives do.
I don't understand why people always want to just hate for no fucking reason. It's insane to me. But go ahead, Tierney. So get your point out. Go ahead, baby girl. That's crazy.
She froze. I think she froze.
Dang, froze.
Okay, there. You froze.
Hold on. We can hear you.
It's okay. Y'all understand that I could run the show.
Can I say this here?
Okay,
right?
Y'all understand I can see what y'all see. Y'all don't have to. It's okay. Tanner, we can still hear you if you want to talk. I don't know if we can hear you though. You want to, Tierney? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Just like the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try.
Damn.
Come through.
Say this here.
Come
Right
through.
now, right now, in
They
what
put it-
Brownsville said
Oh,
about
hold
the,
on, y'all. Hold on. I know we are anxious to talk. They dropped a 40 piece, so that means there's only 20 on her name still. They dropped the 20 pins. Also, welcome to the show. Big J, why you don't stay on camera? I don't know. I don't understand it. Y'all understand what's going on. A lot of people just hate for no reason. We see the Rim Princess in the chat just crying and complaining. So Unc Man, we don't need no help with that.
No, I wasn't hitting at all. I've never been a hater, but Brownsville.
But saying what you're saying though, you know.
No, I'm just saying as a man, I don't want my wife spending money on dumb shit like
right.
candy.
And then you say it again.
Oh
that's
my
not
God.
your wife.
Crazy.
That's not your wife.
Right. All right, so
like you saying that is meaning what?
I apologize, Sharon. I apologize. I'm not a hater. I apologize. Everybody, please.
After he just said his.
Don't provoke me to anger, or else you be in danger.
She put poverty. She put poverty
Where your
on
kids at? Came
Let's
through.
go.
Came through. Mothers, let's go. Came through.
Let's go.
You can either have the conversation or you can keep wasting money.
Go ahead, Tierney. Go ahead. I ain't
Have the
going to
conversation. Have the conversation.
Okay.
Because y'all women get real mad. Like I said, one of y'all daughters put y'all hands on my son, I'm beating y'all ass. One of y'all daughters put y'all hands on my son, I'm gonna kill that.
Damn.
Y'all saying. That's what y'all saying. Kill a man for hitting a woman. So kill one of y'all daughters if y'all put y'all hands on my kid.
Girl,
All I'm
don't nobody
saying is
want your
these white
ancient
men need
son.
to stop putting their. I know you pro-white because you hop on white penis, but I'm not pro-white nothing,
Absolutely.
baby girl. Ain't no
Absolutely.
white man doing a damn thing to us, our black men. We need to stand hold
Yes,
on,
they
Sharon,
are,
'cause
and there's nothing you
I
can do
can't
about
listen.
it. There's nothing you can do about it. They do whatever they want to your men.
Let me finish. Like
And
I
your
said,
men too
and
weak
y'all
to
is not
stop
finna
them.
sit here
And
and
your
keep
men too
harming
weak
our
to
black
stop
men.
them.
Ain't no, y'all not finna keep harming our black men. Sorry, it's not gonna happen. Ain't
Oh,
nobody.
okay.
I'm not taking up for abuse, but I'm sick and tired of black women and black men going against each other. Do y'all not understand the agenda? Y'all don't get it.
That's
You
real.
hate black men so much you're willing to sit on master's dick? Are you crazy?
Slap the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you
Can
try
I,
it.
can I say this before we get too far away from what Brownsville said?
No, not yet. Hold on. Hold on.
This is funny.
Miss Jalen with the 100 ball. Let's see how long hubby money is. And I'm tempted to match you. So hold on. Stay tuned, y'all. Miss Jalen, 100 ball.
You know.
This is what independence looks like. Keep her off the panel.
Sheesh.
Brownsville, New York, $20. Drop Unc Man. And if he pays to come back, use one of my credits. The disrespect of black women will no longer be tolerated on this show. Peace and love. The disrespect will not be televised. Okay. And I'm wilding.
The ad-libs is awesome though.
I'm wilding. Okay. Ed Unchained. Gender war. Let's go. Big J Triple X with the 20 ball. What part of cool? What part of cool and unusual punishment you don't get?